And on the 161, Jamie, did you say we were streaming? Okay, cool. Perfect. Thank you. Sorry, I was in the middle of doing that report, so I missed it. Sorry. No, this is how we do it sometimes, huh? Which I think people appreciate it. For all of you watching us at home, we of course thank you for your viewership. If you just tuned in at the very top of our stream, you may have heard me doing a report in Spanish. That was for our sister station Telemundo. They of course have their show coming up at the 11 o'clock, and so do we here on NBC4. In the meantime, though, we're going to continue to show you the images coming out of Cherry Valley. And pardon me for just a second. Go ahead, Jack. Oh, okay. And for yeah, I can get that for you. And for all of you watching us on this stream, I just need to pick up a couple of shots here, so bear with me here. We're going to be moving the camera around a little bit, and we'll get back to you with some information as soon as we can. Alrighty, Jack, this is the road here. Yeah, this is where we were earlier. I'm going to throw in the infrared because I think that'll help you see the tape, but you'll see it right there. You see the yellow tape that's kind of running from top to bottom of the screen right in the middle? There is one news van down there. Yeah, we can do that. We'll start on the flames, and then when we talk about the investigation, we'll go to this. And for all of you who continue to stream with us, we of course thank you for your viewership. We're just getting some tight shots here of some of the flames that continue to just ravage this area here in Cherry Valley, where there are a number of evacuations underway because these flames are burning very close to some homes. At this point, from what we've been able to gather is that no actual homes were lost, but one structure was, possibly a pool house. And then as we're a boat and some vehicles belonging to residents here in the area. So I'm gonna check my rural real quick. There we go. You can just look at the intensity of the heat as it finds fresh fuel to burn uphill. Of course, fires burn quicker uphill than downhill, and we've noticed today, of course, that this fire started closer to Oakland Road, which is down the hill, and made its way up the hill. And you see that power pole there in the shot. I should mention that the electricity company out here actually shut down the power for the residents in the area. It's what they call a power safety shutoff, just to prevent anything else from catching on fire due to the electrical lines that run here. Now, the cause of this fire is still under investigation. It possibly could have absolutely nothing to do with the power lines that run through the area, and it could actually be associated with the possible arson investigation that is underway. Again, that is related to some 911 calls that came in at about 5 o'clock just off of a cul-de-sac here called Apple Tree Lane, where some of the residents reported seeing a man intentionally starting a couple of fires. Now, the investigators are on scene. We were actually just looking at some of the yellow tape down at that particular area, and I can tell you that earlier in the day, in the daylight, we could see that there were some investigators out there with their flashlights looking at that particular spot, trying to figure out if that is in fact where the fire began. And these things take time to investigate thoroughly, so we may not know immediately if that is in fact the cause, but that is a possibility. I can also see there's some like black smoke here, and typically when you see that, that is when the fire has found some fresh fuel. Oftentimes it's a structure, but up here on this section of the hill, there really isn't too much in the way of homes. It's mostly just hillside, a lot of brush, a lot of mature vegetation. The homes are down below. Let me show you the proximity to some of the closest homes. It's going to be these homes right there. Those are going to be the homes to the east of Oak Glen Road, and they're going to be south of the county line, and that's the county line that divides Riverside and San Bernardino. And then I also had another closure here. It's also going to be an evacuation order for the residents who are north of Dutton Street. That's Dutton with 2 T's. And there's also the Banning Bench area. That's in Banning, which is a little bit to the east. That is also under evacuation. And if you are evacuated, there is an evacuation center that is opened up for you to go to, and that is located at Beaumont High School, which is off of Cherry Valley. And if you have any animals and you're wondering if they are allowed to go there as well, they are, and animal control will be there as well. So, David, for our report, we have to show the area there with the caution tape, and that's kind of at the foot of the hill. So I think the only way that I'm going to be able to get that is if you're a little bit further to the west. Because currently it's about to our 6 o'clock. It's kind of behind us, but when we're too close to the fire, which looks great, but we kind of lose sight of that. Right now it is right behind us, correct. So it's the foot of the hill, basically. Let's see, a good way for you to reference it is what you see is like the southernmost point of the fire, the point that is furthest downhill. That's basically right what I'm looking at. Oops, wrong one. That's it right there, yeah. Okay, cool. Okay, that's what I'm gonna need. Cool. Sure. Yeah, so the point that a fire that is furthest to the west, that one that's all the way down there in the hill. So you see that little line of fire that is, yeah, the one that's closest to the bottom of the hill, that's going to be just to the east of where that street is. So as long as we can see, I'll push it on it. Yeah, as long as we can see that line of flame, then we'll see the road. Let me double check. Yeah, that's the spot right there. I'll throw on the infrared so it'll be a little more visible. Yeah. Yeah. So as long as you keep it, yeah, as long as you keep that street to our east, we'll be fine. So I think you probably, yeah, it's right off the nose. pointing like right off the nose. You may be better off if we just go to the west, if there's nobody over there. And for everyone watching us on the stream, we of course thank you for your viewership. We're just getting everything fine-tuned up here before our hit at 11 o'clock. We hope you can tune in then. We've got the NBC4 News coming up at 11 o'clock. And that's just a few minutes away, so we're just trying to get everything in place for our report coming up. Yeah. Okay, cool. So if you just offset to the west, we'll be good. My roll is way off. Okay, there we go. Zero that out. Okay. Hey, Booth, I gotcha. Flava, I think that was you talking. Hey, Mark, I could hear them and I was talking to them, but I don't know if they heard me. Oh, there you are. Okay, I hear you now, yeah. Do you guys hear me? Okay. Yeah, I got that. Why don't I do what it looks now? I'll do the investigation spot, and then we can do like the time lapse at the end. Okay. Yeah, why don't we save the time lapse for the 15 hit? 15. Yeah. Sorry, yeah, that should be good. Okay, 10-4. Will you give me a pedal turn? I lost the IP. Okay, I got you now, yeah. There is, Colleen. I'm showing you the furthest point of the fire here, but just south of that, off of Oak Glen Road and a smaller cul-de-sac called Apple Tree Lane, that's where you'll see all of those fire personnel making their way through the area. And it is there that we noticed during the daylight that there is actually yellow caution tape all along that road. And as I push in here, you may be able to see it there. You can see the line basically going from left to right across the screen. Earlier today, we did notice that there were some investigators combing that area that you see just on the top of the screen with their flashlight, trying to investigate if that is possibly where the fire began. But of course, they are going to have to investigate several areas surrounding this fire to determine whether or not it is in fact suspicious in nature. But looking at the wide shot now, you can see that there is still fire all over here in Cherry Valley. Unfortunately, we are hearing that at least one structure was lost, but we're hearing that it was possibly some sort of outhouse and not an actual home, as well as some cars and even a boat. The smoke that is coming from this fire can be seen for miles away. During the daytime, when we first came out here from the San Fernando Valley, we could see the plume of smoke even from that distance, just to give you an idea of how visible this is all throughout our area. That's the latest from over Cherry Valley. In you shot before Alpha. Let's send it back down to you in the studio. For now, thank you. Cool, David. Thank you. That worked. 10-4. On the 161 jack, yes. It looks like less. Yeah. Because just kind of like the outskirts versus the whole center area was on fire before. No. Copy. Copy. Clear. 2.5. The time lapse that we have, guys, where is that from? Is that from Mount Wilson or was it a ground shot? Okay. Oh, SoCal Edison's time lapse? Okay. Thirty seconds. That's right, Carolyn. That time-lapse video, which we're going to show you now, is courtesy of Southern California Edison, which is the power company out here in the Cherry Valley area. And Southern California Edison actually turned the electricity off for the area of Oak Glen Road, as well as the residences surrounding that road, because they were trying to prevent additional fires from breaking out as a result of power poles coming down or transmission lines coming down into the fire. It's what is considered a power safety shutoff, and that is in effect for this area. But of course, the residents from this area have been evacuated, so there shouldn't be any people out here that would be without that power. Most people have, in fact, evacuated. That is the latest from over Cherry Valley in News Chopper 4 Alpha. Let's send it back down to you in the studio. Well, you give me another pedal turn. Sorry, I lost the IFB. We're into Santiago. Okay, Telemundo coming up. Yeah, for some reason the IFB doesn't like when we're like to the north. So David, Telemundo's taking our pictures here in the next couple seconds, but then after that I think we'll be good. I'll check in. Jack, I got you. Go ahead. No, we can definitely hold on for 2 minutes. So 2 minutes till our pictures, David, and then we're good. Okay, I'm gonna. Zoom out a little bit, okay. Okay, go for it. Okay, 30 seconds to Telemundo. Okay, out on Telemundo. I copy. Copy that, Jack. Headed home. NOC from Alpha. We're clearing for home. We are heading for home. Thank you. I will go ahead and drop.